Right, I'm just going to show you the new boots I've got for the next, hopefully, next 2 or 3 years, hiking in the Scottish Highlands. And these are the Lowa Hunter GTX Douvre Extreme. And that is a mouthful, isn't it? Nice high length boots. Obviously river crossings, you're going to need that extra height. Well, I find it helps. Previously I used the Meindl Douvre Extreme boots, again high length, and they served me well for 2 or 3 years in the Scottish Highlands through all kinds of conditions, through winter, even summer I use in them, because the land and terrain is so wet, swampy, boggy. You're basically walking on a constant marsh. So I was going to get the Meindls again, and then I did some research and looked at the forums and kind of see what the reviews say. And sadly, it seems the Meindl Douvre Extreme boots now have a leather peeling issue. I don't know if it's been rectified, but I've heard some people, and I've never heard complaints about them boots before. So I thought, I'm going to broaden my horizons, kind of look around, check on the reviews and see what it says about other boots. And these ones kept popping up. And people were saying they were comfortable for one, and they said they never let water in for two. And they said the customer service was really good. So 3 ticks there. So I was more than happy with that. So I thought, I'm going to give it a go, because I was just a bit apprehensive about the leather peeling issue on the Meindls. As I say, it might have been rectified, I don't know. So I put these on. These arrived today. I put them on and wore them in the garden. So, I mean, I've not had any real trial on them. And the first thing I noticed, they were so comfortable. I mean, it's like putting a slipper on. Yes, a heavy slipper, but a beautiful, soft slipper. You know what I mean? They are really nice. I hope the light's picking it up. I tried videoing this once before, and I found out that the video didn't come out as light as I want. So I'm trying to get you to see all the detail on the boot, because you might be considering buying these boots yourself. Can't really show you inside, but trust me, they're very, very comfy. I like the way, simple little things, you know, like the eyelet here, where the lace goes round. I mean, it is really done nice and neat and tidy, and I do like that. I know it's silly little things. The stitching looks great. No issues there. And just silly little things like this. I don't know how strong that'll be over the years, but as I say, it's all in warranty, so if I get any issues. Now, the only issue I've heard about these boots as such, and some people say they've had problems, others say they haven't, and that's the round here, peeling. Sometimes it happens just to one boot, sometimes it happens to both. Some I've seen have been quite bad, others very trivial. But again, if it comes within the warranty, they'll go back and they can get repaired. But I've heard other people have not had any other issues at all. And I've just been chatting to someone on Instagram that saw a post I put stating I had just got these boots, and they said they had one boot leaked and they weren't sure if it was their fault, that like they'd put their foot in something wet when they were hiking, or it was the actual boot leak. And anyway, they contacted Lowa, and Lowa customer service didn't get back to them. But what happened was they sent them a brand new pair the very next day. How about that? You know what I mean? All right, they didn't reply to the actual email, but the person got a brand new set of boots the very next day. Now that is customer service. And he says the new boots are perfect. He's had them quite a while, and he says he's had no issues at all. So he says he's still not sure after all that it might have been his fault. So, you know what I mean? If it was, he got a nice brand new pair of boots for no reason. I think at the end of the day, it could have been the boot issue. I don't know. But that's another thing. One thing I will point out to you that I've noticed straight away with the Meindls, I like high boots because, as I say, river crossings, things like that, and you're in bog, and trust me, you can sink much further than your shins in bog, so you've got to be very careful, especially when wearing gaiters. You don't want the water overflowing and getting in the boot. But the first thing I did notice, this soft top. This is so soft, and I mean, it's beautiful. Now, if you wear high-length boots, and this will come in handy for anyone that's thinking of getting high-length boots, the Meindls are very coarse around here. top end was very hard leather, hardly any padding at all. These have got such soft padding. First thing I noticed was I didn't even feel it against my shin. Now, what I used to do on the Meindls is I wouldn't lace up the top eyelet. I'd kind of give some flex so the tongue would do this on the top of my shin so it wouldn't rub in because it was cutting into the top of my shin. So with these, there's no problem with that. I tried them out, as I say, just messing about, and they felt so comfortable at the top here. That was the first thing I noticed. So these will be laced right to the top. They are not as high as the Meindl Douvre Extremes. I would say there's about an inch, I guess, just hardly anything, trivial again. But what you will notice is the weight. These boots are heavier than the Meindl Douvre. Now, I would say half a pound, maybe 3/4 of a pound. But the point is, will this comfort pay off? You know, at the end of the day, you're wearing a heavier boot, but if they're more comfortable, that could be, you know, they could level out on the compensation form. You know what I mean? One year wearing heavier boot, but the next thing is the comfort is paying off. So I'll have to see on that. But the tread is beautiful as well. As you see, I've been out, as I say, in the garden, just testing them. Nice. Yep, like that. Good, done it. But as I say, they are expensive boots. But don't forget, I'm ex-forces, and as I always used to say, an army marches on its feet and its belly, you know what I mean? But it definitely does march on its feet, you know what I mean? So if your feet are suffering, you're going to suffer. So it's all about comfort, isn't it, at the end of the day? And if you're comfortable and dry feet, especially in winter, then you're going to be a much happier person. So it pays off. And forking out some extra cash for a better pair of boots, in the end, is going to compensate, because hopefully the boots last longer, and two, you're going to have much more happier hiking, you know. So that's the way I look at it anyway. But as I say, we'll see how these compare. I've only worn them 10 seconds, so we'll see how these compare against the Meindl Douvre Extremes. And as I said, on one of my videos I posted over a year ago, I said they were the best waterproof boots, the Meindl Douvre Extreme, and I stick with what I stated then. They were absolutely brilliant boots. But if they've got a leather peeling issue now, then obviously they won't be the best waterproof boots. But we'll see how these compare. I'll be honest, I'm not in it for kind of get pat on the back from Lowa or Meindl. I'll tell you as I see it, and I'll be 100% honest, and I hope it helps people in the future. You know, if I find these better, I'll state that. If I find them worse, I'll state that as well. You know, I'm not trying to win any favours with anyone, but try and give you a good, as I say, I did video it once before, but the video for some reason didn't come out as good. I'm on the iPhone now. I can't be bothered setting the camera up. I just want to give you a good all-round view. The other thing I would say, and this is common sense with any boot, but I find that I always size up. I'm a 9 in shoes, and these are 10.5. Now, that's a good 1.5 sizings up. But the point is, I like to wear thick socks because, again, you're trying to prevent blisters and things like that. So take that into account if you're going to buy boots this expensive, you know. Think about sizing that if you want to wear thick socks, because it will make a difference. You will start getting your feet squashed down here, and over the hours, and your feet will swell, especially in summer if you do wear them, because in the Scottish Highlands everything is boggy. So I might be wearing these sometimes in the summer. It counts what kind of terrain I'm going across. So at the end of the day, your feet will swell in here because they will get hot, and with the thick socks on, then you'll start feeling hot spots and things like that. So take into consideration, again, don't get your boots too big, because your feet will start moving, shifting in it inside the boot, and then that will create hot spots and blisters. So sizing is very important with boots like this. But I always find I go for if I'm a 9, I go for a 10, 10.5, and I always find that works for me. Right. So as I say, hope this has helped people. It's not as all the specifications. I haven't weighed every single boot. I'm not going to do that. There's plenty of videos of that. What I want to do is just show the boots as before. I get them all scuffed out and marked out. And then I will tell you over the months how I feel about these boots, and I'll get back to you. And I know that you might have to wait a while to kind of find out how well they do. But at the end of the day, people catching this video, say in 6 to 8 months' time, will get a good idea. And as I say, I'm not going to go into the specs and, you know, all that kind of stuff. You can find plenty of videos for that. What you want to know is, do they work? How do they compare? Because some of the, I would say, when I was looking on the forums, the two best boots that kept coming up were the Meindl Douvre Extreme, which I had, and these Lowa Hunter GTX Evo Extremes. I mean, that is a mouthful, isn't it? Why didn't just call them GTX, Lowa GTX Extreme, something like that? I don't know. Maybe there's another set of boots like that. But anyway, hope it helps. I do like them. We'll see how they compare with the Meindls over this coming 12 months or so. Thanks for watching.